Hey guys, welcome back. So we're going to be talking about the in-cab inspection in this video. If you haven't checked out my pre-trip inspection for the exterior, I'm going to leave the link to that video in the description below. So this one is going to be specific to the in-cab inspection for your pre-trip test. The reason why I wanted to do a separate video because I felt like that video along with this video would just be too lengthy, too much information. It'd be information overload. So we wanted to keep everything very simple. Another reason why I decided to make a separate video for the in-cab is because at least for the class that I've taken, many students that did end up failing was because of the in-cab inspection. There are way too many critical failures by not saying or doing specific tasks. And I want to go through each of them with you right now so we can solely focus on the in-cab inspection. Very similar to the pre-trip inspection that we've done earlier, we want to make sure we keep things very simple. Let's not overcomplicate anything, okay? It's going to seem overwhelming, but let's break things down and let's do one step at a time, okay? So with that being said, let's get to it. And of course, don't mind this curtain behind me. It's being held by a prayer at this point.
So the first thing you want to do is make sure you put your seatbelt on, make sure it's properly secured, not ripped or frayed.
All right, so now we're going to end up doing a safety start. When I took my class, my CDL class, I learned in a manual transmission. So a lot of you guys are going to be probably learning on an automatic. So I'm going to try to kind of go back and forth on what to do if you're on an automatic or if you're testing on a manual transmission. So hopefully that will help you guys out a little bit, all right? Now we're going to end up doing what's called a safe start. You're going to make sure to place the truck in a neutral position, make sure the brakes are pulled out and the clutch is engaged. For an automatic, the truck should already be in neutral, but you still want to make sure that the parking brakes are still pulled out. Now what you're going to do is you're going to then turn the key to an on position, but without starting it. So what you're looking for now is that the ABS light indicator turns on and off and that the needle sweeps. Once that happens, you then turn the truck on. If it's a manual, you turn the truck on and then you release the clutch slowly. So now that the truck is on, you want to make sure to build the air pressure between 115 and 125 PSI. Once the air pressure builds up between 115 and 125, you're going to listen out for the governor to cut out, and that's indicated by that sneezing or hissing sound, that infamous sound you hear from a truck. While we're waiting for the air pressure to build up, we're going to continue with our inspection to keep things very simple and organized, and so that we don't miss anything, we're going to go from left to right. So starting with the left.
Go ahead and check all 6 mirrors, make sure that they're clean and properly adjusted. The windshield, clean and clear, no damage or no obstructions. The dashboard indicating lights, left, right, 4-way flashers, the high beam indicators, make sure they all work. The temperature gauge, after the startup, it should rise to normal level. The oil pressure gauge, after startup, pressure should build up to a normal level. The volt gauge, after startup, should be between 12 and 14 volts. The wipers and washers, make sure they're securely mounted, no damage, and operating smoothly. Check washers for operations.
And my favorite thing to check is the horn. The city horn, the air horn.
Now you want to check the emergency equipment, your fire extinguishers. Make sure it's properly charged within an inspection date. Make sure that it is properly secured. You want to have 3 triangles, make sure they're reflective to nature and able to stand on its own.
All right, so after that, we're going to turn the truck off. We're going to leave it in the on position. Do not start the truck. If it's a manual transmission, you're going to shift the truck into 4th gear. Now we're going to perform 3 air brake tests. The first test is the apply test. Now make sure to release both parking brake valves and wait for the air to stabilize. Just like the name indicates, we're going to apply and hold our foot to the pedal. After the air stabilizes, it should be no more than 4 psi for a combination truck being lost within 1 minute. So you'll have to time yourself. All right, so after 1 minute has gone by and you did not lose more than 4 psi within the 1 minute, you're going to go into the next test and perform what's called the low air warning test. For this test, we're going to fan the brakes down to 60 psi. A low air pressure warning buzzer or indicator or lights should all come on. Once the buzzer sounds or the light illuminates, you're going to do the third air brake test, which is the emergency pop-out test. You're going to continue to fan the brakes now down to 40 to 20 psi. The trailer brake valve should pop out first, then the tractor brake valve, or they could pop out together, but the tractor brake should never pop out first. After all that is done, now you go ahead and do another safe start. Again, making sure that the vehicle is in neutral. If it's a manual, make sure you apply the clutch, and after start, you release the clutch slowly. And again, the governor should cut out when the air stabilizes between 115 and 125 psi. All right, so once the governor cuts out between 115 and 125, now we're going to move on to your parking brake test. It's basically like a tug test. So what you're going to do is you're going to release the tractor brake. If it's a manual transmission, you're going to place the vehicle in fourth gear. Obviously, in automatic, you're just going to put the vehicle in drive. And then you're going to tug on your trailer brakes. Then you're going to do the opposite and apply the tractor brakes, release the trailer brakes, and tug again. The service brake test is all you got to do is you're going to roll forward for about 5 miles an hour. Again, a manual transmission will place the vehicle in fourth gear, roll 5 miles an hour, and then all you're going to do is apply the service brakes, and you're going to check for pulling to one side or another. At that point, you're going to ask the examiner to exit the vehicle and continue on with your exterior inspection. There you have it, guys. That is your in-cab inspection. I try to keep it as simple, as minimum as possible, and you should do that too. Keep things very, very simple and minimum. Don't overcomplicate anything. Let me know how I did, guys. I hope I didn't confuse you any more than you probably are. I hope you're not. But either way, guys, remember, right? The pre-trip inspection answers are right in front of you. Very, very simple stuff. Guys, good luck to you. If this video helped you guys and you ended up passing your pre-trip, please let me know in the comments below. If you found this video to be very, very helpful, please hit the like button. Please subscribe so that I can make more content like this to help you guys out. But more importantly, share this video, help others, pay it forward. All right, guys, until next time, please let me know in the comments below if this video helped you, and good luck on your test. See you guys out on the road.